how to use the Chameleon 3B from Martin Systems. Now, the 3B just came out. This is March 2021. This is the brand newest, hottest, awesomest thing that has come around in dog training in a while. And there's some features on it that aren't on the Chameleon 3. So this is going to be for how to get everything set up with it and make it go. Make it so. First, you have the charging, and here's the collar. While you can charge it with the clamps like you can with the Chameleon 3, you can also charge it via induction. So it also comes with an induction plate. This isn't a coaster. When you get it, you know. It's plugged in, so you can see that little white, clear, whatever. And you place it on. Now this one is fully charged, so it's not going to charge up anymore, but it would turn green and then the light on there would flash. So then you know that it's charging. And once it's fully charged, you see how on the black there that's glowing solid? That means you are good to go. Okay? Induction is a slower charge, so you might have to attach the clamps to it if it gets too low. At least I know you had to do that with the Chameleon, and sometimes you have to use these or the charging screws as opposed to the feathers because the feathers were skinnier. So if you are having problems with charge, try putting your contact points on and see if that makes a difference. So that's how you get it charged up, but this is the Chameleon 3B. This is a medium, and you can see where it says 3B on there, upside down, 3B. This is a little bit thicker, but it is rounded, and it has some awesome things you can do with it. Now with the Chameleon, you have to have one black and one red contact point on here, or one feather on a black and one feather on a red. So it could be across from each other or side by side, but you need that. You cannot have two black or two red. You need one of each to make it go. How I like to have mine and how this will eventually be set up is we'll put the contact point here and the feather here, but it'll probably be on this island. Contact point here, feather here, contact point here, feathers here. Now you can take these little white screw hickeys out and just go au naturel. And the nice thing with that is it's easier to remove out the contact points and change them around. And you can do that with this, just like you can with the normal Chameleon 3. And it helps if you have a dog who's sensitive so he doesn't get basically a blister, the contact sore, contact issue. Okay, so my first thing that I noticed wasn't just the 3B on here, but this does look a little sturdier, which is nice, but it is not the giant box that most collars have. And like I said, I love that I can change up which contact point. Now, I always like to make sure that I'm paired before I get started. So let's see. It looks to be a little bit harder to turn on, so let me pull the silicone off. This is my TT4FK transmitter. There we go. There we go. We are all set here, and see how it's back and forth, back and forth. That means you did not have contact. Once you have contact, the flashing changes. And that's how it signals that you have contact or not. Now, I like this. And one of the huge benefits to having the Chameleon 3 and the Chameleon 3B is knowing when you have contact. Now, with the Chameleon 3, there's something called Emily, which is their USB stick, because we name things. And Emily, you could get in there and change it up that after every stim, it checked for contact, but it only worked on Windows computers. And I don't have Windows computers, so I couldn't use that unless I had a friend do it for me. And I want it where I can do it, because that's nice. See, it goes crazy. You touch it. Let's see what happens. Do you hear that? Okay. I also have it set up, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a second, that if I stim and there's no contact, it beeps to let me know. How cool is that? That's one of the neat features. Now let's get the finger kick out and make sure the finger kick works also. Okay. And let's see if that happens. Pushing the finger kick. Maybe I'll show you. Pushing the finger kick. Okay. But it's not beeping now. I'm going to have to look and see what happened there. Okay. How do you get in there and play with that? It's via an app. Yeah, it's from an app. And the app is called Doggify. So I'm going to show you how to do the app. First, you have to download the app. Like I said, it is called Doggify. It is that red one on the bottom by Clubhouse and Captions. See on the bottom right there? Boom, 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 boom. And it's Doggify. You click on that, and what it comes up is my collar's disconnected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the collars that I just added to it. Delete the collars, and what you're going to get is this: add a new collar. And you're going to say, I'd like to add a new collar. So you're going to click that, and it's going to discover nearby collars. Well, remember I left this on. So it's discovering nearby collars. And what did it find? It found a Chameleon 3. You see that on there? It says Chameleon 3. So I click that, and it says connecting collar. Collar successfully added. Yay. Okay. And then I can go back, and here's my collar. Now, if not, this is what you do, and this is where I struggled when I first did it. It'll say pair collars. What you do is you just put it into pairing mode, and it'll be good. So what you do is this little red line, that is your on-off switch. So you can take the little magnet that came with it and go to swipe it and hold it. Don't swipe it, just hold it. And it'll go into pairing mode. And then boom, it'll automatically sync up with it. So what can I check from here is I can delete my stimulation, which means no more stim. I can check my temperature. I can check my battery level. I can check if it has skin contact, and I can check the collar settings. I can also delete it. Now, if I don't know which collar this is, I can push this little blue light up here, and it vibrates, and it tones, and it lets me know that the collar's right there. So the blue light is which one is this one? The temperature is in Celsius. I assume that there's a way to change it over to Fahrenheit. Now look at the skin contact. That's the one with the red triangle. So if I don't know if I have skin contact on my dog, I just can pull that app up and I can see if I have contact or not. Whereas before I had to take off my e-collar, turn it off, turn it on again, and then do gymnastics to look down to see if the lights were in a pattern or no. Okay, put that back down, come back to this. The last, temperature, skin contact, and then collar settings. So you can come in here, that's showing you what color it is, and it'll make more sense whenever you look at the micro one. The name, Chameleon 3, I could give it a fun name. The color, you can apparently assign it a color. I'll assign it green, because green is go. Settings. Are you ready for this? Stimulation levels. If you click on that, it'll bring you here. There's 18 stimulation levels. On the TT4FK, which is this transmitter, you have 1 through 9, low, and then you have 1 through 9, high. So you have 18. On the other two, it just goes 1 through 18, okay? So that's what this is talking about. And you can change what your stim output is so you can really fine tune it for each individual dog. For example, if I wanted to look at it closely, I could hit this and you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could look at 1, that is a 4, that is a 23, that is a 171, that is a 450. Let's go back to not zoom. So 1 starts at 1, 9 is 6553. I don't know what these are. We're going to call them zappables because that would be a very good name to call them. But 18 can go up to 247,766. So say you have a dog who at 11, that's the highest that you want, you can make that go down further. So I can bring that down here. I'm on 11 and I'm pushing down. And I can bring that down. Okay, so we can play around with this and get it where the levels are perfect for what your dog needs, which is pretty nice. You can also disable stimulation up here, the big red button. Disable stimulation capabilities on this collar, disable. Now that is not a zappy collar anymore. Say I'm going someplace where I can't have them, then I can enable and enable them. Okay, so we can do that. We can check and switch it up. So the stimulation mode is pulsating, continuous, or off. So say I don't want anything on 15, I can turn 15 off. Now I don't have a 15 up here. 16, I'm going to turn off. 17, I'm going to turn off. And 18, I'm going to turn off. Now it'll only go up to 14. So if I have a client in and I don't want them to go beyond 9, I can turn off 10 and later. You don't have any of that. You just have 1 through 9. How nice is that? And then they can come back. You know, they're just starting with their dog. I'm going to turn it off. Maybe they only get levels 1, 2, and 3. Everything else is turned off. They come back the next week. Things are going great. They don't need any more, but I give them 4 and 5 anyway, right? So you have that as an option. You also have the blinking light LED when stimulated. You can turn that on or off. The tone, emit a sound when stimulating. This only works whenever it's in tone mode. And then vibration when stimulating. And then you can reset to default stim level. So we're going to reset everything. And bang, we're back. How fast was that, right? How nice was that? So you have that. You can also check skin contact check when powered, when powering on. Yeah, I like that. That's, like I said, that's like my favorite feature. Allow multiple transmitters to be paired with this collar. Now, why would you want to shut that off? Say I'm taking my dog to a training seminar with other people there and other dogs there. What can happen is if mine accidentally goes into pairing mode, another collar can come in and swipe mine. Each collar can take 4 transmitters depending on where they're set up at. So somebody could accidentally be tapping my dog in addition to his dog. And we don't want that to happen. So you can say, no, I don't want multiple transmitters to pair with my collar. I just want one. But here, I like to have multiple transmitters that will pair. So then I can back up whoever is working a dog on an e-collar. You can do a clicker on level 0. This is the default to how the Chameleon 3s came. Also, it's just a little light. You have to hold it up to your ear to hear it, and you hear a little. That's all you hear. Delete kick on level 18 disables the whole collar. So if you want a button to disable the whole collar, that is level 18. And if you had one of the other transmitters that have 2 buttons per, you can do that. You can have a delete kick on it. And no contact beep. Emits a double bip alarm when stimulating when there's no skin contact. Okay? Maintenance collar information, it tells you what it is. So this little app is going to revolutionize training. Now, everybody thought that the app, and then you could reset collar to factory settings or delete collar from the application. Everybody thought that this app would make it so I want to tap my dog, and instead of using the finger kick, I need to turn on my phone, I need to open up the app, and I push a button. And that's not what it is. That's so short-sighted because that's not what you want. You don't want to have to open up your phone, pull up the app, and push a button. But to use it to control how your collar works is pretty gosh darn awesome. Okay? That's how you set up your Chameleon 3B with the app.